And so everyone just relax and focus on someone you hate. But we are going to start there. We are going to come up the emotional scale a bit. Because, first of all, we want you to hear this from us. We really want you to hear this from us. In any moment in time, you are where you are, and it's okay. There's got to be something valuable about a consistent me, like a satellite dish here on planet Earth, radiating this alignment and this clarity and this passion and this love into the world, whether anybody out there, whether even one of them knows that I am doing it, or even that I'm aware that they're benefiting from it. I'm convinced that this is the only way to everything that we've all been battling to try to get. I like being here. I like the stimulation. I like the expansion of my desires and ideas. I like it. And I want it. I want to be an example. I want to be so tuned into source energy that when I'm gathered as one of the cooperative components, because I'm tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and I can feel it, and I feel the inspiration and the impulse, and I go, and then I'm inspired to say or do something, or just look some way or feel some way or just be present in an environment, and I can feel that my being there made some sort of difference. I like the idea of that. I like knowing that I was not born to save the world. The world doesn't need to be saved. And I was not born to fix things that are broken, because really nothing is broken. I was just born to figure out what matters most to me and how to calibrate to it, and then to experience the bliss and pleasure and awesomeness of watching things that match what I mean to be gravitate to me. I want to be such a consistent vibrational match to source energy that here I am, a source energy being, a source energy satellite dish, here, me being a gatherer of cooperative components. I want to gather the cooperative components of the lovelies of the world rather than stand in condemnation of the unlovelies of the world. I want to stand as an attractor of all that I consider to be good and just leave the other out. And I believe with everything that I am that as I'm doing that and as others are doing that, that we will stand in an experience one day, not long, where we've experienced a tipping point where we are able to connect the dots that we felt that way, and then we reached for something else, and we improved the way we felt, and then we calibrated to who we are deliberately on purpose, and the angst of the world lifted off of us, and the world looked more beautiful to us, and others looked more beautiful to us. And one day I realized I used to hate that guy. And now I only hate him a little bit. I used to hate that guy, and now that's just not something that comes up in me easily. We're not saying that you're going to adore those that you've hated. We're saying that they will cease to be a vibrational match, and you will create for yourself and around you those who are a vibrational match to what you all intended when you decided to come into these physical bodies to begin with. This is not a big shift, but it is happening. It's not a big shift. It seems like it's a big shift because it involves billions of human consciousness. But it's not a big shift because every one of those billions of human consciousness has an inner being who is already there, who already knows what is wanted, because all of those inner beings have been walking with all those human beings and have heard the desires. And the cooperative components are being gathered, and it does not take very many of you to be one of those cooperative components and to do it on purpose. And really, it might seem like, yeah, I'll do it, I'll figure it out, and then I'll go tell everybody else about it. Might feel like that's the thing to do. And maybe it is. Esther's doing some of that. But you don't have to go tell anybody. Just be it. Just be the match to that. Because your capacity to attract from the world the things that you want to see is a sure thing. It's a sure thing. And it's huge in influence. Love is a response to life It's an emotional experience because, here we go, because vibrations and blah, 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 and then chemicals in your body produce blah, 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 that causes you to feel blah, blah, blah. And so that feeling of love, the vibration of the feeling of love is the same as the vibration of the feeling of appreciation. It's a focus upon something desired with no resistance. That's what that is. Do you know that satisfaction comes from only one place? Satisfaction comes from focusing on wanted and moving in the direction of it. So it's reducing resistance, increasing allowing. It's escalating the allowing while you are diffusing the resistance. That's what satisfaction is. As you stay on trends of satisfaction, the law of attraction causes that habit of vibration within you, that belief or that habit of vibration within you, to escalate into higher and higher frequencies that also have no resistance. And the highest one that has been defined in words is love, but that word is not nearly big enough for what true connection to true source energy is. You could call it bliss or ecstasy. There's love that feels more like satisfaction, and there's love that feels bouncing off the wall. I can't even hardly absorb all of it. And so there are never-ending degrees. Say this better. What you want to talk about is your capacity to calibrate to love, your capacity to let it in, because we can't explain to you how big it is or how fast it is growing. Do you know? Those who hate are creating love. Did you know that? Because it's a stick with two ends on it. And so the more lost someone is, the more found the other end of the stick is. The more someone's pushing hard against something that they do not want, the more what they do want is known by source. So this capacity to love, this love that exists, this that you want to call God or source that is real, what you're talking about is calibrating so that you can feel that. And so we want to put another word with love. Whenever you use the word love, we think it would be a good idea to put these words together. I'm improving my capacity for love. My never-ending, always improving, more capacity for love. Keeping up with the love. Oh, you see, that's what so many of you that are tuned in, tapped in, turned on are dealing with today. You live in an environment where so many people are pushing so hard against so many things that the love that is in the vortex is huge. And so the probable or possible separation, too strong a word, between this love factor that is growing monumentally. That's what you came for. You knew it. That's why you timed it like you did. Is what's causing more wobbles for you and more asking for your capacity to understand and live in this ever-increasing love. Does that make sense to you? Sometimes humans get a little uncomfortable with a conversation like this because it feels like you can't ever catch up. And you can't ever catch up. And the reason you can't ever catch up is because you're eternal. And the reason you're eternal is because there's contrast that keeps all of us asking for more. In the early days, we talked to Jerry and Esther about, Jerry wanted to know, are there any basic laws that we need to know about that might make it easier for us to conceptualize all of this? And we said, well, we can identify 3 spiritual or universal laws that you might not be familiar with, even though they had been talked about before they flowed through Esther in this way, but not really explained well at all. We said there's the law of attraction, which simply says that that which is likened to itself is drawn, and the entire universe is based on that. And then there's the law of deliberate creation, which says there's a step 1 and a step 2 and a step 3, and the deliberate creation is just knowing what step you're in and focusing on it. And step 1 comes so easily you don't even have to know about it. Life just causes you to ask. And step 2 is not your work. Source does that. Law of attraction gathers the cooperative components, and the inner being within you focuses it and gathers the cooperative components uniquely and precisely for blessed you. And then you gotta focus in some way that improves your capacity to love. You gotta just feel for it. And that's what we call the law, we said at that time, because Jay was asking for laws, the law of allowing. So then we began talking to bunches of you, willing you to come and be who you were and take who you were to just another level and another level of understanding of who you are. And then as we lived with you, played with you, chewed with you, calibrated with you, you were putting your human slant on deliberate creation. You were efforting it. You were wanting to make it happen. You were goal setting it. You were wanting to bang things into place. You were competitive with each other. You felt annoyed when someone crowed about how good their life was going. And so that's when, because of your asking, you all highlighted the part of this understanding that now we're really chewing on together. And that is allowing yourself to improve your capacity to love. And so love is the goal. Money comes with it. All kinds of things come with it. Everything that you ever thought you wanted even a little bit comes with it. When you are in love, you are in a chronic state of allowing all of the things that over time, even over lifetimes, you put into your vortex. Love is the biggest word of all. It's the goal. It's the goal. Here is a good way to explain it. Everything that everyone wants, no matter what it is, a pile of money, a relationship, material object, a circumstance, an event, every single thing that everybody has ever wanted or ever will want is for one reason only. You think you will feel better in the having of it. And that's what the art of allowing is. It's the finding some way, right here, right now, no matter what, to feel better. And as that is your constant intention, as that is what you're focused upon, then you will find yourself trending. The momentum will move you into these higher and higher and higher and higher capacities to let love in. There has never been a potential for the realization of greater love in any environment anywhere than on planet Earth today. Because the contrast has you elevated, and when you elevate what you don't want, you elevate what you do want. Your vortex is brimming with the kind of love that no one has ever experienced before, that you now know how to tap into. Don't worry about it if others don't get it. Just selfishly, because it's the only way you can do it, selfishly calibrate to it yourself. And then watch what happens when you walk around. People aren't going to understand exactly. It won't feel fair to them that good stuff just keeps coming to you. And you seem like such a pointer, not a hard worker. It's kind of like you just decide and then it just comes to you, and then you just decide and then it just comes to you. And oh, you appreciate it and you talk about it and you milk it and you enjoy it and you savor it. But you don't really do anything that humans would call earning it. And that's just annoying to them. You're not paying nearly a big enough price. Love just doesn't seem like a big enough price to pay. But it's the only one. And so this is when we really, really want to say this to you. There is no regression. And now you've got it, you'll always have it.